Welcome back to Media and Money. The topic under discussion, how to market to parents. Still with us in studio, Claire Huishamen and Jessica Oosthuizen. So just before the break, we're talking about entrenching that brand from an early age, planting that seed and making it grow. But Claire, you also mentioned that there's a lot of distrust when it comes to marketing and from, consumers looking at marketers. Why do you say that?
Well, I think that a very powerful example is you can turn on any kiddies channel on a Saturday morning and there will be adverts where something is flying across the screen or a little dolly swimming in the bath, and it's all very mechanized, and so you then have a little girl or a little boy saying, "Mommy, I want that. I want the little dolly that swims in the bath." And off you go and spend your hard-earned money on the little dolly that swims in the bath, and you get her home and she doesn't, in fact, swim in the bath or whatever the case may be. And so I think that therein lies your first issue, because you're raising a consumer who now believes that the product that she's getting home from the store is not going to be the same as the product that she's seen on television.
Right.
So I really think that marketers have to be incredibly careful of that kind of thing. And there are loads of other, it's not just toy companies that are getting it wrong.
Well, hopefully with the new Consumer Protection Act, that would remedy all of that. But Jessica, who is getting it right in terms of building that long-term relationship with consumers from an early age?
Sure. Well, we're asked this question all the time, of course, and we run the Generation Next study, the Sunday Times Generation Next study, and this is the biggest youth study, and it tracks over 63 different categories of brands, and we run this annually. So, and I can't, unfortunately, release the 2011 results because that's only coming out at the end of May. But in response to you, I think what comes to mind is a brand like Dettol, because we're talking about parent marketing. And Dettol has a strong kids following. And this, for me, is just what we've done is we've developed a roadshow program that actually goes into schools and it teaches kids about hygiene and washing their hands. And I think there you've got the opportunity to give kids something that's educational, and they actually take it home and they say, "Listen, Mom and Dad, I have to wash my hands after I've eaten. I have to wash my hands after I've, played with the dog." So I think that's where that sort of connection with kids actually translates into strong brand affinity, where there's if you look at the preference for Dettol, it's definitely driven by kids.
By children.
And again, I can speak broadly around, the most challenging we find is working with banks, because the banking environment, they say, well, what is a 10-year-old to us? Maybe they have 20 Rand, maybe they have 200 Rand at max to invest. And that's where the brand building, where the relationship building comes into play, because that 10-year-old